What's going on YouTube? Super Insane 18 here coming at you with today's video. Unfortunately, the video that I had planned didn't really work out, so we're kind of going with our second option here, and that is using this team that you see on the screen right now. For those of you that might recognize it, this is the team that Wolfey actually just won the Players' Cup 2 with. It is a rental code. I will include that in the description as well. It's not really mine to give. But it was made public, so I'm sure there's not really an issue with it. We're going to go ahead and jump in with this team. I have never played this team before. I actually just rented it just literally before hitting record, so we'll see how this goes. That's why you don't see any like fancy layouts or anything on the screen. It's because I just didn't have the time to do that due to the original video not working out. But we'll see what exactly is going to happen. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Okay. So, let me I'm going to pull up a picture of the team on my other screen really quick, just so I remember everything's moves. Based on what I'm seeing here, it might be best to lead with Urshifu to counter his potential Colossal, as well as maybe like his Crocodile. And honestly, probably the Incineroar sounds good to me. We'll bring our own Urshifu in the back. And then anytime I see a Durant, I really want to bring Incineroar, but I'm not really sure Incineroar has much else for the rest of his team. Let's go Dragapult. Dragapult's got the Will-O-Wisp, it's got the Breaking Swipe. We can kind of alleviate any of the physical threats on his side of the team, or on his side of the field, rather. And we'll see how we can do here. It is getting pretty close to the timer. I'm not sure if he's just taking a long time. We took a little bit of time. Okay, he didn't time out. He locked in when there was 2 seconds left, so we should be okay. Again, using the in-game music, hopefully it's not too loud. If it is, I apologize, but I didn't really have much time to test this setup before trying to get this video out. We're actually going to move this over just a little bit. There we go. A little bit more. I'll move myself over. That didn't move over me. That moved over the gameplay. There we go. Okay, so here I think what we're going to do then is we'll close combat into the Crocodile, and we can fake out the opposing Urshifu. I don't think he's going to max it. If anything, he's going to max his Crocodile and try to Wicked Blow into it to get max attack off Anger Point. We didn't see the Intimidate. I wasn't really paying attention, but I don't think he had Intimidate. So this sounds like the best case scenario for me, personally. I wasn't even thinking of this particular lead as an option, if I'm being honest. I was 100%, not really 100% expecting anything, but I didn't think he was going to try and max out his own Crocodile's attack. Given that we didn't even think of this as a lead, though, I think we led pretty good. Alright, so we fake out the Urshifu, meaning he's not going to be able to max his Crocodile's attack. That, unfortunately, does very little damage. Okay. So, it is a bulky Incineroar. We do live that. It does give us the Citrus Berry as well, which I believe makes it so that this Max Quake isn't a 2-hit KO, assuming that we can get rid of the Urshifu before it maxes the attack. Which, honestly, it could be Scarfed Urshifu just to make sure that it goes off first. That being said, what's our best course of action? Surging Strikes should still do less, because, so 25 crit, that would be, yeah, close combat still does more. So let's go ahead and do that. And then honestly, I think we have to try to Flare Blitz into it, but I think we die here. Yep, okay, so he is Scarfed. He is going to go for that Wicked Blow. Now, assuming that our... Well, not assuming. We know that our Urshifu is faster. This should take it out before it has the chance to do anything. Perfect. And then we're going to get a Flare Blitz off on this. I'm not sure how much that'll do. Hopefully good. Enough damage. Okay, that doesn't really do that great of damage. But I think we're okay. It is intimidated. Granted, that doesn't really matter for Wicked Blows, but it is intimidated. Let's see what he brings out next. We've wasted out his Dynamax. Okay, so he's got an Alchemy. Let's go ahead and Surging Strikes into the Alchemy. And let's Parting Shot the Urshifu, just in case he tries to do any sort of Decorate shenanigans. And I do apologize, my throat's feeling a little weird today. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, so that puts the Alchemy at a very good range. Looks like it's got a Berry, maybe Citrus. Okay. So he is just going to go for a Dazzling Gleam. That will bring our Urshifu down to the Sash, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. So now we can go ahead and do our Colossal shenanigans. Well, actually, let's do it this way. Let's Surging Strike into the opposing, because our Urshifu should still be the fastest thing on the field, right? So, let's Surging Strike into that, and then let's Max and set up the Sun into the Alchemy, and that will let us bring out the Dragapult and get a Surf off. So he's probably expecting me to like use my last bit of HP to Aqua Jet into my own Colossal, but I'd rather take out his Colossal if I'm being honest. I still have my Max. We got rid of his, so. Sorry about that. Allergies are killing me today. Alright. And that is going to be a dead Colossal. He's going to get his boost off, but oh well, what do we care? And then I'm just going to use my nose spray really quick because these allergies are, like I said, destroying me. Alright, he had nothing to decorate. Like I said, I guess he assumed that we were going to go for our own Colossal. Okay. Hopefully, now that we've had our nose spray, we can do the rest of this video no problem. Alright, so now what we can do is, even though the sun's up, I think that's enough to take that out. And then let's go ahead and just Flare into the Urshifu. He'll probably activate our Weakness Policy, which is fine by me. Or he just forfeits, okay. So, one win already. A little bit of a longer battle there, but definitely a good one, I would say. I think we played it really well. Accidental, really good lead into what he brought, so I'm happy with that. Let's climb our way back up the ladder slowly. Alright, so this guy's quite a bit higher than us, means we should get a good jump. Looks like he's bringing some form of Trick Room and Sun. So, that being said, let's go ahead and bring the Ensign and the Moltres, just in case he leads with Torkoal Venusaur. I definitely want to bring the... This is a tough one. Let's go ahead and bring Urshifu, because he's got a couple of fire types and the Stakataka. And then let's look at the Rillaboom set really quick. Yeah, we'll bring the Rillaboom because he can knock off the Eviolite. So, give me just a moment. Alright. So, let's see if we can get ourselves another win under today's belt. Okay, indeedy Venusaur, so that's to be expected, I guess. I'm still going to fake out the Venusaur slot in case he tries to switch in to the Torkoal. If not, we just waste our fake out, which I'm fine with. He could use Follow Me. Maybe our best bet. Okay, no. Our best bet is to still fake out the Venusaur slot. Even though the... Well, no, because even if he switches out, the Psychic Terrain doesn't go away. Never mind. Let's Flare Blitz into the Venusaur slot. And we'll Airstream into the Venusaur slot just in case he doesn't follow me. Anytime I use this nose spray, it feels like it's like... Yeah, you guys don't want to hear about that. Okay, so he maxes the Venusaur. That means that we are free from any sort of, what's it called? Any sort of, Sleep Powder. So, that's good. He probably went for the Follow Me. Okay, no, he went for Helping Hand. So I think he's trying to max Quake then into the Instant slot. But hopefully now we'll be faster than it, and we can just take it out with the Flare Blitz. Okay, unfortunately we're not. Let's see if we're bulky enough for this. Unfortunately, we are not. So, now, what is the play? I think we go into this. And then, honestly, let's U-turn, expecting a, what's it called? Expecting a Follow Me. And then we'll still go for the Venusaur slot, just in case. Okay. So I don't expect that to do that much to the Indeedee, unfortunately. But hopefully it makes our Rillaboom faster than the opposing Venusaur. It does, so we get our U-turn off. Hopefully this is enough to take it out. It's not. Okay. But now we can go into the Urshifu. So now I kind of have to hope that a Aqua Jet is enough to take out the Indeedee. Otherwise, we are in a very bad spot. And I don't think it's enough. The Indeedee is at a lot of health. So let's do it this way. Let's Surging Strikes into the Venusaur slot. And then just Airstream into the Indeedee slot. That should be enough to take out the Indeedee, and then hopefully with 3 crits that's enough to take out the Venusaur. Perfect, exactly what we would expect. And then now, hopefully 3 criticals is enough to seal this for us. Oh, it definitely will be. Okay, perfect. And we still should have the... What do we have in the back? We've got the Rillaboom in the back, which is good. Oh, this should be... okay. This feels like an easy game now. Let's go ahead and... I'm honestly more worried about the Torkoal. So let's do that, and then let's go ahead and Fiery Wrath, because it'll hit both. It does have the chance of flinching as well, so there is that. Okay, that's actually not enough to take out the Torkoal, which is interesting. Or not. Okay, never mind. It didn't look like it was going to be enough, but it was just barely enough. And the Torkoal faints, and the Charizard uses Heat Wave. Okay. So that gives us a Berserk boost as well, so this is a done game. Especially because we still have the Rillaboom to fake out. So, there isn't really anything else that we have to worry about here. And I'm starting to see why this won the Players' Cup. Definitely it feels like a really good team. So, let's fake out the Charizard, and we'll just use Fiery Wrath because it's 100% accurate. No point in missing a move. And the opponent forfeits. Perfect. And let's go ahead, we'll do one more battle. Unless it's just a really bad one, then we'll do another. Didn't bump us up as high as I would like, but definitely like this team, that's for sure. Against Juicy Block. Okay, so it's looking like another Sun team. So we'll lead the Incineroar Moltres. We'll definitely bring the Urshifu in the back. And then probably the Colossal. Yeah, that feels good for that team. Locked in a little bit quickly there, but I'm not worried about it. So I was watching a little bit of Wolfey's video, and he mentioned that his typical Sun lead is the Incineroar Moltres, and it makes sense. You know, we can fake out the Venusaur and just kind of get rid of it immediately. so it doesn't really become that big of a threat. There's nothing that the Torkoal can really do to get rid of either of those two mons. An Eruption would definitely hurt, but I don't think it's enough to get rid of them. So it is what it is, but we'll see. I'm actually, like I said, I'm not really good at calcs. You all know that by now if you've been watching my channel. Calcs I am notoriously bad with. So let's go ahead and jump right in, see what he leads. I would expect the Torkoal Venusaur, but you never know. Okay, so Regieleki and Urshifu. And it is a fighting Urshifu. Or not fighting, they're both fighting, what am I talking about? It is the Dark Urshifu. So here, what I want to do then is probably fake out the Eleki. And then Airstream into the Urshifu. Okay, so he withdraws that. What does he go into? He goes into the Porygon. Which, I guess that kind of sucks. He can get the Trick Room up next turn kind of for free. I don't think I have any way around that. So we know 3 of his 4 mons. We know the Urshifu, the Eleki, and the Porygon. That makes me think he didn't bring the Venusaur in the back. But you never really know. I'm going to definitely taunt the, I forgot the Incineroar has taunt. I'm looking at the team right now. So I'm definitely going to taunt the Porygon too. We should live that, no problem. Yep. And then this should make us faster than the Urshifu, so we should be okay. Sash just as I expected. So we'll taunt the Porygon. And then I think just another Airstream into the Urshifu. Alright, and now we can get that taunt off, and then I'm feeling good for the rest of this game. Did he go? Yep, okay, can't go for the Trick Room after the taunt. Perfect, we're reading this guy like a book. So we know the Eleki's in the back. What else could he have? Okay, so the last one is the Landorus, so he is going to get the Intimidate off on us. Which I am perfectly fine with, so he still hasn't Dynamaxed. I think here the best bet is to switch into the Urshifu. And then let's Airstream into the Landorus slot, and that will give us what we need to Surging Strike him on the next turn. I'm expecting like an Ice Beam from the Porygon into our Moltres. And if he does that, then we are sashed on the Urshifu, meaning that this will not kill us. But he could go for like a, what's it called, a Airstream here, which I actually need to check the speed on that. So Urshifu, I think is base 97. I think that's actually slower. So if he goes for an Airstream here, we're actually not in a good position. Yeah, so 97. Let's check Landorus really quick. Okay, he went for Rockfall, which that's fine. The Therian form is base 91, so we would have outsped anyway. Unfortunately, that breaks our Sash, but we do get our Berserk boost. Okay, Ice Beam as I thought. And do we go down to the sand? Ooh, okay, so that's a little bit nasty. We're gonna go ahead and just Surging Strikes into the Landorus slot and Fiery Wrath. Unfortunately for him, we live literally on 1 from the Sandstorm. That Fiery Wrath is going to do decent damage, not a lot, but it is what it is. Any amount of damage helps here. Okay, and I think that's enough to take out the Lando. Yeah, it looks like it's definitely enough to take out the Lando. So, fortunately for us, we got to kind of waste Dynamax without doing too much. And then as long as the Porygon can't take us out here... ooh, and we get the flinch. Okay, so we're in really good standing now. We send out our Incineroar, fake out the Elekey. Ooh, it shook off the taunt, though. Maybe... Let's do this instead. I think activating our weakness policy and going for a Heat Wave here is actually the best course of action for us. So, Aqua Jet and Heat Wave. Elekey's pretty frail. The weakness policy hopefully kills the Porygon. If not, then we should be able to Aqua Jet it on our next turn, assuming that we live. We know the Elekey can't be sashed because the, or was that the other game? I don't even remember. All the games are blurring together here. Okay, so that does a lot of damage to us, but we get our Steam Engine, we get our, what's it called, our weakness policy off, and then this is going to be a very big Heat Wave. Okay, so it's enough to take out the Elekey, but not the Porygon. The Porygon could go for a Trick Room here. Okay, so it recovers. So I think we're in a good place now. We just close combat and Heat Wave it. It should go down. And then just always remember, we still do have the Incineroar in the back, so I'm not worried about this at all. We are getting a special defense boost because the Colossal is Rock type in the sand, so he set that up for us pretty nicely. And we will go ahead and probably seal this game up this turn. So Heat Wave going off, doing a good amount of damage, definitely. Oh, we get the burn. This feels nice. Close combat's 100% going to seal it. But there you guys have it. There is a reason that this team won the Players' Cup 2. It feels like a really good team. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this, and not just because we won. It feels like it's super solid, but that's what happens when a world champion builds a team. So there you guys have it. I will probably put the rental code up on the screen here, so you guys can take a look at that if you'd like. Make sure that if you like this video, you subscribe, hit that like button down below, leave any comments with team suggestions that you'd like to see, and I'll see you next time.